Hello students, welcome to lecture 5 of the surface chemistry. We have already started colloids in the last class. We learned about its definition, that it is a heterogeneous system, particle size is 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. The one component is dispersed into another component, that which is dispersed called as dispersed phase, and the component in which dispersed phase particles are dispersed, we call it as dispersion medium. And we said colloids have large surface area per unit mass, and that's why they exhibit very unique properties which we are going to learn in these classes. Then we started classifying the colloids based on physical states of dp and dm, based on the nature of interaction between dp and dm, and based on type of particles of the dispersed phase. We have completed one classification based on physical states of dp and dm: solid solid, solid sol, solid liquid sol, solid in gas, solid aerosol, liquid in solid is gel, liquid in liquid is emulsion, liquid in gas is liquid aerosol, gas in solid is solid foam, and gas in liquid is a foam. And we have seen various examples. That part we have completed in the last class. Now in today's class we will go for second type of classification, which is based on second classification we have learned. It is the classification based on interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So again, one of the frequently asked questions on the classification based on interaction between dp and dm. In this case we have two types of colloids. First we call it as lyophilic colloid, also called as hydrophilic colloid, also called as intrinsic colloid, also called as lyophilic sol. These are the different names given. Lyophilic colloid. This lyo word can be substituted by hydrophilic colloid. Intrinsic colloid, lyophilic sol. Another one type of colloid is the lyophobic colloid, also called as hydrophobic colloid, also called as extrinsic colloid, also called as lyophobic sol. Different names are given here. Lyophobic colloid. This lyo word is written by hydro, aqua, water. Hydrophobic colloid, extrinsic colloid, and lyophobic sol, also it can be called as. Now we will see the properties of these colloids. In the first property, this lyo word means liquid. Liquid means here dm. And this word philia, excessive attraction. So this is dispersion medium loving colloids. They have attraction. Dispersed phase has attraction towards the dispersion medium. So this liquid means dispersion medium loving colloid. Interaction, affinity they have with the dispersion medium. As they have attraction, DP and DM has attraction, we can say that easily prepare by mixing dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Because they have attraction, just DP has to be made in contact with DM. We get this type of product. They are easily prepared because inherent they have attraction. That's why they are called as intrinsic. By their own, internally, they are affinity of DP and DM. That's why this covalent system is easily prepared. That's why it is stable also. Because if DP and DM has stronger interaction, it is bound to be stable. It is reversible. What we mean by reversible? If we take starch, put into water, increase temperature, water will evaporate. Only we are left with starch powder. Again add water, and we get again colloidal system. So it is reversible. We'll get back our colloidal system by just addition of dispersion medium into DP. So it is reversible, stable, easily prepared. DP and DM has strong attraction. That's what we mean by DM learning. Then another thing, we can say that it is not coagulated easily. Coagulated means precipitated easily. Now what we mean by coagulation? If these are the colloidal particles, and if these colloidal particles aggregate together, they may settle down. Suspension, precipitation occurs. As they are stable, they won't get aggregate, and they may not get converted into the precipitation. So they are not easily precipitated. This is one of the important property of lyophilic colloid. Then another property we can say that particles do not carry any charge because they are easily prepared. Charge is present on colloid. Colloids are positive charge or negatively charged, but the charge is present when they are specially prepared. Lyophilic. Lyophilic particles do not carry any charge. I will rub these particles in the same white properties. Already you know what are the different names given. We say that particles are heavily solvated. Means if these are the particles, colloidal particles, around them, dispersion medium will be present because dispersion medium has strong interaction with the DP. So they are heavily solvated. From all around them, solvent molecule is present. Because of that, the viscosity of dispersed phase is greater than dispersion medium. Because of that, these particles, they have less tendency to move about because solvent molecule is enveloped on them. That's why viscosity of dispersed phase is greater than dispersion medium. Surface tension is reverse. DM is greater. And one more property will say that they do not show Tyndall effect. We learn this property, optical property, colloid, scattering of light by colloidal particles. They won't scatter it. We'll see why they won't scatter. But particles are heavily solvated, viscosity of dp is greater than dm, surface tension of dp is less than dm. They are dispersion medium loving, easily prepared, stable, reversible, not coagulated easily, do not get precipitated easily. Particles do not carry any charge and do not show Tyndall effect. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and these 10 properties we should able to understand this when we ask write the properties of lyophilic colloid. At least this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 this property they have mentioned in textbook. This we have added as the application of it. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties you should easily know. Lyophilic, the dispersion phase and dispersion medium has strong attraction, easily prepared, stable, reversible, do not get precipitated, particles do not carry any charge, particles are heavily solvated, viscosity of dp is greater than dm, surface tension of dp is less than dm, do not show Tyndall effect. And one more point we can add as an example. In the lyophilic only, I will write example here. It is starch, gum, gelatin and rubber mixed with suitable dispersion medium. Mixed with suitable dispersion medium is the example of the lyophilic colloid. Yes, see all these properties. Dispersion medium, strong attraction, easily prepared by mixing dp and dm, stable, reversible, do not get easily precipitate, particles do not carry any charge, particles are heavily solvated, viscosity of dp is greater than dm, surface tension of dp is less than dm, do not show Tyndall effect. And the example is this type of particles, substances, starch, gum, gelatin, rubber mixed with suitable dispersion medium. Now, question can be asked separately. Write the characteristics of lyophilic colloid, or they can ask distinguish between lyophilic and lyophobic. So now we'll go for this lyophobic colloid. First we can say, start with this property, that they are liquid or dispersion medium repelling, because lyo means dispersion medium and phobia is repulsion, phobia, hate, fear, so they repel it. Dispersion medium and dispersion phase, they have interaction of repulsion in between them. As they are repelling, they are prepared by special methods, not just by mixing dp and dm, prepared by special methods. And as there is repulsion interaction, they are unstable and they are irreversible, because dp and dm, they do not have strong interaction. Easily coagulated by addition of electrolyte. opposite charge, if we add them, precipitation occurs. Or by heat increasing temperature, or just by shaking them, they may get aggregated, precipitation is formed. Particles carry positive or negative charge, unlike the lyophilic colloid. And as DP and DM has no strong interaction, we can say particles are not heavily hydrated, and that's why viscosity of DP is same as DM. Here DP is greater than DM. Surface tension of DP is same as DM. And they show Tyndall effect. An example, metals or metal sulfides mixed with suitable dispersion medium. So these are the properties of the lyophobic colloid. DP and DM, they repair. That's why we need some arrangement to stir them together. Needs special methods. Due to repulsion, unstable, irreversible. Once DP and DM are mixed up, just by mixing them, we will not get colloid again. We have to go for special methods again. Easily coagulated by addition of electrolyte, heating or just mechanical shaking. Carries either positive or negative charge. Particles are heavily, we can use this word, solvated here. Instead of hydra, dissolvent, solvated. Viscosity of DP and DM is similar. Surface tension of DP and DM is also equal. They exhibit this Tyndall effect, and the example is metals or metal sulfides mixed with the suitable dispersion medium. Suitable means in which that particle can be dispersed. It should not be disappear. If disappears, solution should not be settled down, suspension. It should be dispersed, and then only we get the colloidal system. So this is the classification based on interaction between DP and DM, lyophilic colloid, lyophobic colloid. The name itself continuously properties we can come across. There is strong interaction, easily prepared, reversible, stable, cannot be coagulated, particles are heavily solvated, viscosity of DP is greater than DM, surface tension of DP is less than DM, do not show Tyndall effect, and the example. So one after one, that word only indicates whether DP and DM has strong attraction or not. If attraction, one set of properties. Repulsion, another set of properties. Repulsion, not easily prepared by special methods. Irreversible, not stable, easily coagulated. Particles are not solvated, heavily solvated. dP, dm, viscosity equal, surface tension equal, shows Tyndall effect, metal and metal sulfides in a suitable dispersion medium. So this is all about the second type of classification. You have to note these points. I hope that already you have noted these points, because these simple points are helpful in solving the questions in theory and MCQs also, because they may ask which one of the following is not property of lyophilic colloid, or which of the following is property, which of the following is true, which of the following is not true. This type of questions. For that, our reading and comprehension of that textbook matter is very crucial. Now we'll see the last type of classification, and that classification is based on type of particles of dispersed phase. Type of particles of dispersed phase. In that, the first is multimolecular colloid. This is the type of colloid based on type of particles of dispersed phase. Now see this arrangement here. We have this dispersion medium, and in that these are the small particles, and they are having the size less than 1 nanometer. That's why this is called as solution, or we call it as true solution. But there is possibility that these particles aggregates. How they aggregates? Which forces binds them? Weak van der Waals forces may operate in them, and there will be this type of, again this is dispersion medium, and we get this type of aggregation, cluster of particles together. Now this is dP, and size of particle is 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer. So we can call this as the colloid. So what happened here? The particles, which are nothing but atoms or small molecules having size less than 1 nanometer, aggregates due to weak van der Waals forces and forms the colloid. What are the examples of this? Example is gold sole. In gold sole, gold atoms aggregate. Atoms are aggregating here. And sulfur sole. In sulfur sole, acid molecules aggregates. So atoms or small molecules aggregates. It is just like small particles here and here, which are having size less than 1 nanometer. They form cluster, aggregation, and we get the particles of colloidal size. This is called as multimolecular colloid. Only this much is enough to define them, because nothing difficult in understanding this concept. Now another is the macromolecular chloride. Macromolecular chloride. Now in macromolecular chloride, micro and macro. Macro means large, micro means small. In macromolecular chloride, this is the dispersion medium, and this is macromolecules. These are macromolecules. And they have size 1 nanometer to 1000 nanometer, is their chloride. So particles themselves chloride, they are not aggregating. Themselves they are bigger and they are dispersed. So it is just like solute and solvent. So we can say that it is very stable because kind of solution it is, and properties similar to true solution means solution. Properties are similar to the solute and solvent. Now these macromolecules which we are dealing here can be natural or can be synthetic. We should note their examples because it may be useful. What are they natural? It can be starch, it can be cellulose, it can be protein, or it can be enzyme, which are biochemical categories, which are proteins only. And in synthetic, it is polythene, polystyrene, nylon, and synthetic rubber. When they are dispersed in a suitable medium, it is called as macromolecular chloride. Very stable. They are very stable because it is just like solute is added to solvent, only their size is bigger, and that's why they are calling it as chloride. And the properties are similar to the true solution. This is keyword there. The keyword is aggregates are formed due to weak Van der Waals forces. And the example, gold, soil, sulfur, soil, multimolecular. And macromolecular is, it can be natural or it can be synthetic. So this is second type of chloride, multimolecular chloride, macromolecular chloride. Now third is associated chloride, also called as micelles or micelles also. It is up to you how to pronounce that. Associated chlorides. It is called as micelles or micelles. Some substance, not all. Some substance. Which are those substances? Surface active agents. They are also called as surfactants. Example is soap and detergent. This is related to the associated chloride phenomenon is seen in soap and detergent. What happens in them? If we have low concentration of such substance, they behave as normal, strong electrolyte. It means they produces individual ions. Electrolyte is those which produces ions. Electrolyte, you learn electric chemistry, right? This is breaking. After passing the electricity or they break and they conduct the electric current. So individual ions are formed. When we have increased their concentration, higher concentration, we observe the colloidal behavior in this normal strong electrolyte, which were otherwise present as individual ions at low concentration. At high concentration, what we observe their colloidal behavior due to formation of sphere shape. We'll draw that diagram. Aggregates, and these aggregates are called associated colloids, or they are called as micelles. So this colloidal behavior is due to formation of spherical aggregates. Spherical aggregate means aggregation of ion, association of ion, and due to their association, their size is in the colloidal range. They are called as the associated colloid. Now, associated colloid. I am writing this purposely so that very technical words you are using. So you will have greater understanding of these words, new words for us, and what to use them in proper context. Then only it will be complete. I can explain orally also without writing. But why I am writing? Because you also write with me, and while writing you will have better understanding what you are writing, and then everything will be clear. That's why. So associated colloid formation takes place only, there are two conditions, only above particular temperature and particular concentration, and that temperature is called as Kraft temperature. Many times question has been asked, define Kraft temperature. Associated colloid formation takes place only above particular temperature called as Kraft temperature, denoted by Tk, like this, and only above the particular concentration called as critical micelles concentration. Also abbreviated as CMC, and for soap, here is the soap. CMC is 10⁻⁴ to 10⁻³ mole per liter. It's only for soap, not detergent. That value is mentioned, that's why I am mentioning it. If we dilute it, means concentration is below CMC. On dilution, these associated colloids converts back to individual ion, means they becomes the true solution. If we dilute the associated chloride solution. It means it is reversible process, kind of reversible, because at low concentration they exist as individual ions. High concentration they exist as the associated ions, clusters, aggregation is formed based on the difference in the concentration. What is the condition? Temperature should be particular, called as Clark temperature. Concentration should be particular, called as critical Mises concentration. So this is the definition of how they are defined and what are the conditions in which they are formed. Now we'll go into the mechanism, how they are formed. So mechanism of this associated chloride formation, to make such tables so that it is easy to remember. Otherwise, if you read textbook, you may find it difficult. Now, formation of these associated chlorides, how it takes place. Consider the soap. What is the soap? It is sodium or potassium, salt of higher fatty acids. Example is sodium stearate. C17, S35, COO, yani previously it was C17, S35, COOH, stearic acid, react with base NaOH, sodium stearate and water is formed. That's why it is salt formed between acid and base, either sodium or potassium. Higher because this chain should be longer. This C17H35 COONA, if you put them in water, they form C17H35 COO minus ion and Na plus ion. We call it as stearate ion. Now this stearate ion is responsible for the formation of associated chloride, Ca. If you look into the structure of this stearate ion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This is hydrocarbon chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17 carbon. And this CO minus. So this part is hydrocarbon part, and this part is ionic part. This is polar because negative pole it has, and this is non-polar. This is called as tail of it, just like snake is there and it is moving in that way, and this is called as head of this. And as it is non-polar, it is hydrophobic, and as it is polar, this is hydrophilic. Now what we mean by hydrophilic? Hydro means water and philic means attraction. So it is water loving part, and this is water repelling part. Yes, understand this. Soap is the sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid. Example is sodium stearate. When sodium stearate is added to water, dissociates, forms stearate ion and Na plus ion. Stearate ion has two parts, non-polar hydrocarbon part considered as tail and polar ionic part considered as head. That tail is hydrophobic, water repelling, and head is hydrophilic, which is water loving. Now, how it forms associated colloid? For that, I draw another diagram so that it will be very much clear to you. This is the dispersion medium. And this part, we know that head part is water loving. These are anion part. And this is hydrocarbon part. Tail, head. Non-polar, polar, water loving, water repelling, like that. This happens at low concentration. They exist as individual ions. But at Kraft temperature and at critical misses concentration, these anions aggregate. These anions aggregate, they come closer, forms spherical shape, forms sphere, globule, pooled inside bulk of solution. Inside solutions they are pooled in a such a way that CO minus part is towards water and R part, because that is ionic, hydrophilic, that R part is away from it. How many such ions? 1, 2, 3, 4 I have written. But how many such ions can aggregate? 100 ions may aggregate, and that aggregation is nothing but associated colloid, Cl. How it forms? This is the dispersion medium. These are the spheres, like this. And this is the ionic part, anion part, towards the water, and this has negative charge. These are heads, like this, and their tails are away from the water. These are the hydrocarbons here. Even though I am putting it short, they are very big. C17. Like this. And these are called as ionic bases, associated colloid. Above critical temperature, above Kraft temperature and critical misses concentration, aggregate forms spherical shape, pooled inside in a such a way that anion part is towards the water, R part is away from the water. Globules are being formed. Hundreds of such anions may aggregate together, and we may get the ionic misses. Now this ionic missiles form, they have very important role in the cleaning action of soap. So just you have to how associated colloid is formed, you just write these points and your answer will be sufficient. But the last part into this we are learning now is the cleansing action of soap. How soap is able to clean the stains of oils or grease on the surface of cloth. We know that water is not just sufficient. Water will not wash away the oil stains because oil is not soluble in water. We need some soaps and detergents. We get many types of soap and detergents. You might have seen many advertisements also on that. They call it as Jiddi Daag. They won't go away easily. So why they won't go away easily? That how soap is helpful in doing that. That 3-4 sentences are there in our syllabus. We'll see that. It is called as cleansing action of soap because soap is surface active agent and surfactants and can form associated colloid. Just now I have learned it. Now what exactly is the role of soap here? Role of soap is it acts as emulsifying agent. Now what we mean by emulsifying agent? It stabilizes oil in water emulsion. Emulsion, disperse phase is liquid, dispersion medium is liquid. Oil and water is kind of emulsion and it stabilizes it. How it stabilizes it? It forms ionic missile around oil droplet in such a way that it covers that oil droplet in such a way that, see, a very specific way of doing that. And that's why soaps are useful. Hydrophobic part, which is water repelling in oil droplet. We'll draw the diagrams to understand this. And hydrophilic part away from oil droplet, which is strain on the cloth. Oil means that strain, as a dabba, which is on the cloth. Oil droplet towards water. They are pointing towards the water. What is this hydrophilic part? It is anionic head. And what is this hydrophobic part? It is hydrocarbon head, non-polar. Now it interacts with water. This part interacts with water and that missile which contains stearate ion is cooled into water and washed away with water. Of course, energy is needed. We have to take that cloth, soap, and we have to apply energy. You might have washed your cloth in lockdown. Much energy is needed. It's not easy job to wash the cloth. Every job is difficult, but at least washing cloth is very religiously, very concentration is needed for that. So energy is to be applied, then it will be washed away. So I will draw some diagram, then we will understand how this is so. So this is the grease means oil, and this is strain on the cloth surface. Look at the second diagram. This is we put into water for washing, and these individual ions first, negative ions. They are inside this grease because this is non-polar. This oil is also non-polar, so it interacts with this. Water is polar and this head is polar, so they are interacting with it. And see the last step, exactly how it is washed away. So this is the water medium. And this central part is the droplet, oil droplet. I will draw one more so that you can understand. There are many such parts are formed. And now these are all negative heads, polar heads, negative, negative, and then this like this. So why this oil is washed away? Because soap has something which is similar to oil. And what is that something? Non-polar. Oil is non-polar, soap also has that non-polar part. It interacts with this, and soap has such a part which interacts with oil as well as water. And that's why it is plucking up, just like we pluck the flowers. And continuous flow of washing, the oils are washed away. Suppose this is the oil part and this is soap. It enters into it and it takes away water like this. So understand this mechanism. 2-3 sentences you have to write how soap will be useful in cleaning of the cloth surface. And these particles won't coagulate now, they won't aggregate because this is also negative charge, this is also negative charge. So they are separated and the action will be smooth. So in that way the soap can be used as the cleansing agent because it forms, it stabilizes the immersion between oil and water. One is part is oil, another is water, and it is in middle. Can interact with water, can interact with oil, can interact with the water, and take that oil from the cloth surface. But read again and again, listen again and again, then only you may get proper words to use it. Read it once. Thank you for watching.